Hi everybody, it's Sunday, June 4th, and I haven't really spent a whole lot of time doing my planner. Been busy, index card a day has started, so I've been kind of dedicated to that and trying to get that off the ground, and thought really hard about not putting out a video, but again, I'm thinking, we're all in that same boat sometimes. We all experience those weeks that are difficult. So I'm just going to do a quick, easy, some of the next ones are going to be exactly that. They're going to be representative of, oops, that goes here. How to get a planner done, decorated quickly. So I just went through my jelly prints, which, I did a few more. Got my quota up. Once you know your themes, and I kind of look ahead when I'm going to do a jelly printing session. I look ahead and think, okay, what colors might I be using? Trying to get things done ahead of time so that when you are pushed for time, all it takes is a quick, easy, I'm going to go look and see where I am. So I just cut these to size using my paper cutter, just using the glue stick, so nothing too terribly fancy, but I'm going to have color on my page, which is going to make me happier than just having it blank. But it doesn't have to be a production. It doesn't have to be, for me, it doesn't have to be a 40-minute video for you guys to show you what to do or how to do it or give you ideas. Right? Now we're just going to build on those things that we already know. The trips and the things that we've already done. In the last week, I had my diet plan in here, and I kind of like that idea, so I am going to do the same because it worked. When you try something out, it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to work or it's not, and you'll be tweaking it. So I kind of liked what I had, so you know what? Why change it, right? So I'm just going to do some quick measure here. So I'm going to speed up this video from this point on because a lot of it isn't totally new, but I'm just dividing this up, and that's because the meal plan that I'm following with our weight loss thing, it has 4 different meals in a day, and so then I just go through the ebook and I write in kind of the short form of what I'm going to have for each meal, so as I plan it out. So then this is forcing me to plan ahead and to doing that, and that leads to greater success with the weight loss plan. Now I have some stickers, these fairy stickers and these flower stickers that, kind of have the colors that coordinate with this page, and, use your stash. I'm putting this in the middle of the meal plan. It is kind of a tracker for exercise and water. And now on to doing some ATCs. Now I totally was going to just nix the ATCs, but I really like the little book that I create with them after I take them out of the planner. So here is a iCAD that I had used leftover paint on and then I had stenciled on it, and I didn't really like it, so I got my green StazOn out and I stamped some script stamp on there. And then I had this tree. It's from a stamp called Roots of Love, and I just did an iCAD using this, and I had another one stamped out, and this was on coffee filter paper that had some gold paint on it. So I thought, you know what, it fits, I'm going to go with it. Not going to overthink this. Sometimes I can spend a considerable amount of time thinking about what to do. So that's usually when I just grab what's in my kind of catch-all bin right now. So I'm looking and I'm thinking that I could put purple flowers because or purple hearts because the purple is the complementary color of that green and yellow that's there. But then I decide to go with gold. So I'm just using a small brush and just painting the hearts in gold. The gold was already on there in bits and pieces from leftover paint, so this just kind of completed it. And if you're having trouble with the paint, just thin it out just a smidge with a little bit of water. So I'm liking that, and then I'm going to grab just some dark brown, and this is Liquitex Basics. I don't have the big tubes. I'm still working on the little ones, and I'm just painting it black. So if you've stamped on something or you've printed off a free printable, you know, there's nothing saying you can't just paint it and create it your own. And this is something of late, I've tended to do quite a bit of. So that dark brown really, in my mind, set it off. And since I had a little left over, I just decided that I'm going to do some good old-fashioned mixed media splatters. And always between steps, always dry so that you don't inadvertently make a mess of something that you've done. So I'm going to grab out my Just Sayings sheets, and I find the one that says practice kindness, and I thought that kind of goes well with the hearts, and it's a good sentiment. Just edging it with some green StazOn and just using gel medium to put that down. And we are done the one iCAD. So on the flip side, I go through my jelly prints, and actually this wasn't a jelly print. This was, I was testing out some new stencils, and I was just using sponging paint through these stencils. This was a stencil that I cut from, it was a cut file from Silhouette, and I had this one, and I'm thinking, okay, that kind of works. So I'm just gluing it down, and I'm putting that star kind of in the middle. I'd cut out the word believe. Again, it was in my little catch-all container from another page where I didn't use it, because sometimes I'll print out several things, several options, before I make my final decision. So start a little catch-all container, and then all those extra cutouts and painted papers and everything can go in there. So then I have the Just Sayings. This one says Shine, and it was in a font that I downloaded from dafont.com. And I thought, okay, you know what? It goes with the stars. It's not rocket science here today, so I'm just going to put that on there. I used my Posca pen to kind of do some faux stitching around this, and then, you know, here's where it all comes together when I add the black to the outside edge. It just seems to sharpen it up, and I didn't like how I wanted it a little darker than what the StazOn got, so I used the acrylic paint. And I decide, and you can't really tell too much on here, just to add that little bit of yellow, just so it coordinates a little bit better with the page. So I just, again, with my Posca paint pen, I'm just going around and doing that. And it did change the overall look when it was all together. So I'm liking how easy this one. So I have some iridescent medium, and I'm not sure why suddenly we have this tinier screen view, but it's a very short time, so hang in there. And I just mixed some green paint in the iridescent medium, and I'm just painting that center star just to get a little bit more shimmer and shine. Leftover paint, I just add water and I'm just splattering over the page. I really think this is a quick, easy way of adding a little something onto your page, your planner spreads, when you don't have a lot of time. So there is the completed spread with the iCads, and you know, I am already out there and using this planner spread and putting it in information. Decide, oh, I didn't do anything on this jelly print that I put there, so I stamped take note with a black acrylic paint, and I just used my Posca pen to go around, and now I'm adding an arrow. And now you'll see some close-ups of the finished spread. Thanks for joining me.